Hey everyone, Cody from Mactelecom Networks. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at two brand new apps from Ubiquiti for our phones. The first one will be UniFi Design, which was previously known as UniFi Portal, and the other one will be UniFi Store. The Store app has been out about a month, but we haven't really touched on it. The Design app is really cool and brings a lot of features, and that's the first one that we're going to look at, so let's get started. I'll leave a link to all of the applications for iOS and Android down below, but this is the first page that we're going to get on for the new UniFi Design application, and it says build your system in minutes, and this is all the defaults, which gives us quite a bit. We have a bunch of E7 access points, so E7, which is 50 access points, then we have the E7 campus, and then the E7 audience, which is quite a lot, but it is building out our system. If we click on the next thing that has the three dots and then the lines, you're going to see that this is all of our material that it is listed out for us, and then we're going to be able to see how our stack's going to look. So I put in two EFGs, a bunch of campus switches, and then we have a bunch of other campus 48 PoE. If we want to go back and we want to reset this all, we could go to the start, and then we're just going to click on the bottom, remove all devices. Now that the rack is empty, what we could do, we could add a device, and this is where we're going to pick what we want to do. So do we want a cloud gateways, switches, NVRs, network attached storage, so on and so forth. Let's go with cloud gateways. We'll get two EFGs. Then we'll go back to switches, and we're going to get a couple Pro Max 48 PoE. And then maybe we'll get an NVR. We'll get maybe the eNVR. From there, now what we could do, we could look at what our stack's going to look like physically within the rack. I don't think you could actually move any of these, or maybe you can. Let me see if I could click. Yes, you can. So if you click and then you drag, you could actually set up how your rack looks and the position of the racks. So this will be really nice to set up for if you're setting up a client and you don't want to do it right directly on UniFi Design Center, but you'd rather do it in an app. And then we could also click on Checkout. Checkout is going to bring open the UniFi Store App, so we'll take a look at that a little later. We're going to look at the second tab on this, and this is all of our designs within UniFi Design Center, so I'm going to open that up. You'd see that I have a couple designs here, but the one we're going to look at is the YouTube test, which is a floor that we're currently building out, and all of that will be filmed. It will be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and we'll click on that floor plan. Now within this floor plan, you could see it's a little bit jumbled together. It's hardly readable, but if we zoom in, it's going to make it a lot better. So we could see where all of our data connections are going. We could see where our access points are going, if we have door access, if we have maybe some security cameras, and you could also make the icon smaller. Just like in Design Center, you could click in the bottom left-hand corner where the three lines are. You can make the icon size, the visibility, the device name. We could turn the device name completely off, and then it's going to be a little bit easier to read, and we could turn off the connectivity if we want. Now we could also see the Wi-Fi propagation, so you click on Wi-Fi and it's going to show you the Wi-Fi coverage as well as the cameras. On the top right hand corner, if you want to change the floors in the floor plan, you could click on that and it would show if you have multiple floors. This floor plan only has one. Just like in Design Center, we could click on 3D and it's going to give us a 3D outline of what this floor plan looks like, so you could physically see where your access points and your cameras are going to be located right on this map. I think this is going to be great for installers, especially if you forget your paper floor plans at home. You could just reference this directly from the application. The next tab on the bottom is going to be the UniFi Assistant, which is kind of like the UniFi Chat GPT. So it says, "Hi, welcome to UniFi Assistant. I'm your UniFi expert here to assist you. What can I help you with?" I'm going to say, can I use the Retro Hub to open a gate controller? So this is going to give us all the information that it knows about the UniFi Hub, the Retro Hub, and if it could open up a gate controller. And it does say that it can, and it's going to tell us how we could do it in some sort of another. It doesn't actually tell us how to cable it in, which is okay because we already know how to do it and we're working on a job right now. This has been very useful for me when I have to look up certain things. Now the next one is this little wand icon, and it has a ton of different things within it. So we have our tech specs, which is going to give you all the specs of the devices, but it will also give you marketing images. So if you need to put in some images, say for the UDM-SE or Pro Max, you could grab that image and put it in a topology. We also have the Wi-Fi calculator, the capacity calculator, which is great to see how much we could put on our UDM-SE or Pro Max for the capacity with our access points and our cameras. And then we have the network port AR. So if you go down to your UniFi rack and you scan it, it's going to do the augmented reality. I do have another video on that, and I will put it in the description below. We also have this 3D scan, which will allow you to scan in your walls, so visualize and plan your UniFi system. We're not going to go in depth with any of these, but just know that they're there. And then it has the camera placement AR, which will put a camera anywhere you want in augmented reality. Now, the last tab that we have, that is our community releases. So we have our timeline. You could see everything that people have posted, and then we have our releases, which are going to be our UniFi releases or our firmware updates. Clicking on that, you could see an hour ago that UniFi iOS 10.33.1 just came out. And so you could look at that and see what the release notes are. The next thing that we need to look at is the UniFi Store. Looking at the UniFi App Store, that's exactly what it is. It is the full store in an app version, and that's going to be for the iOS and our Android, and it will push it to your country based on your login. So we could see the Dream Machine router 5G. If we click on that, it's going to show it and then the currency that it's in and how much it is. So it's $715 Canadian. You could also click on the 3D render of it and you could spin it around and you could add it to the cart. So this is pretty cool, especially for me when I'm on the road and I need to order some gear for customers. I could just do it on my application instead of signing in through the web. We could also click on the hourglass looking thing and it will see our recent views and recommendations. And we could also search up anything that we want. So I'm going to say electric strike and it's showing us right there, fail secure strike lock, and clicking on it, it's going to bring it up. So we have a strike, or we could order their new bolt. Now clicking on the left-hand corner, this is going to be our account information. So it's going to show you what you're currently signed into. We have our order management, we have our notification preferences. So let's go ahead and click on that. And then we could do back in stock alert. So we could either push it out to our email, or we could get notified right from your phone, which I think is a lot better than the email. And we could also do the order status. Clicking on hardware warranty, this is going to bring us over to the RMA section so that you could RMA any of your device. We also have the support, which if we click on it, it's going to bring up the UniFi Assistant and it's going to bring us to a bunch of different help articles or trending articles, which is nice to see. I have used this app quite a bit to order gear and it works really well. And that's going to be my video on these two applications and I really do like them. I have been using the UniFi Store app since it's been out and I do almost all my purchasing from it. It's really easy to use. The UniFi Design app, that is recently new, I think from this week, and I'm just starting to test it out. But being able to see your design center floor plans right from your phone or your iPad when you're on site is very helpful. Especially to me because I always do forget to bring my paper copies. Let me know what you'd like to see in both of these apps in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. All right, thanks.